Hey, what's up, YouTube channel? It's Taurus Downey, y'all. This is the Go Hard or Go Home channel. All right, today I'm be watching Orion TerraBand again. You guys got some very good points. Some of the reasons I bring up these videos right here and do reactions to these videos is because I want to show guys that this thing with men and women is not a black man's problem. It's not a black man's problem, a black woman's problem, a white man's problem, or a Asian man's problem, or it's not a color problem. Okay, it's got to do with women. Today we're going to talk about why you should never ever try to make a woman happy. Don't you ever do it, guys. Don't you ever. All right. I'm going to talk about it a little bit myself. I'm going to let him talk about it some, and then I'm going to explain a little bit more in the end. But the day you make a woman happy is the day she will not like you no more. She will hate you if you ever actually do make her happy. If you ever give her the things, all the things she wants, she will hate you. He's going to explain this in the scientific point of view so that way, you know what I'm saying, it's put out there. Because sometimes when we talk about something, you sound ignorant. I just said it in layman's terms, in like low people's terms. He's going to go ahead and do it in a scientific way. So don't ever make women happy. Here's the scientific reason why, not the go hard reason. The go hard reason is you make yourself happy and don't worry about nobody else. If they want to be with you, they ride. That's the go hard or go home reason. But we'll go ahead and let old boy get into this, all right? Y'all hit like, subscribe, share. I'm on my road to 650 subscribers, and I'm blazing the trail. Thank y'all very much for getting so far. If you like this video, you think it's good info, hit the like, subscribe button. We'll talk about it more in length. So here's the deal, guys. Don't ever try to make women happy. I'm going to get my Heineken right here. I got a Heineken. I'm going to fire my little joint. We're going to listen to what Dr. TerraBand has to say about not making women happy ever. Here we go.
Orion TerraBand, and this is PsycHacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is get used to disappointing women. The ability to disappoint women is a skill, and it's a vital skill that men must learn in order to have successful relationships with women. Now, disappointing women can be very difficult for young guys in particular, because not only do they typically experience a strong pull to give women what they want, but they also generally do not have a great deal of options with women. This lack of optionality engenders a scarcity mentality, and this scarcity mentality leads them to erroneously believe that if they don't say yes to what their women want all of the time, then their refusal is going to jeopardize the foundational basis of the relationship.
Okay, hey, here's a real quick thing to that scarcity thing he just talked about that some guys have about women. I've been saying in favor of my shows. You can watch more of my videos, and I even come out with charts and tell people about it a lot of times. Women outnumber men. If you haven't seen this in society, I'm telling you now. All right, the United States itself is 51% women, and if you're around the cities, it's like the women outnumber the men damn near 10-1. So don't ever have a scarcity mentality about women. That's the first lesson about this right here. Let's roll.
And I have a couple of important responses to this perspective. First and foremost, it is important to disappoint women because the more a woman likes you,
what's going on with the political divide in America? Find out in the ebook Dueling Populism.
the more that she is interested in you, the more she's going to want more of you. Women don't love like men do. A woman's love is more consumptive. A woman in love wants everything. She wants all of your time, all of your attention. And if she could, she would crawl inside of your head so she could know all your thoughts and feelings. You see this kind of reaction in miniature when women get around babies, like, "Ooh, you're so cute, I could just eat you up." Yeah, it's like, In as many different ways as possible, a woman in love wants to put you inside of her. So that's consumptive feminine love. Now, as I've said before, wanting is free. That is, it costs the wanter absolutely nothing to want things, but it costs you, the giver, something to give things. This asymmetry means that you are under no obligation to give someone what they want, simply as a consequence of their wanting it. And this is great news, because if this weren't true, it would lead to some devastating consequences. For instance, if you were actually foolish enough to give a woman all of your time and attention, all the time and attention that she wanted from you, then slowly but surely, you will have stripped yourself of a great deal of the things that initially made you attractive to her. This means that, paradoxically, giving a woman everything that she wants actually results in her losing attraction for you. And if that attraction dips too low, she will likely terminate the relationship, leaving you with nothing, as by then you will have voluntarily surrendered all the other aspects of your life, your friends, your hobbies, your personal development, your side hustles, your side pieces, in the service of her consumptive love. To maintain a relationship with a woman, you need to maintain a high level of attraction. And to maintain a high level of attraction, you need to continue to be the person that the woman fell in love with. I understand that it's flattering that a woman would be so interested in you that she would want so much of you, and that it might be distressing to see her disappointed in her wanting, but you cannot allow her desire for you to diminish your lifestyle.
Right.
Why? Because your lifestyle as it currently is obviously sufficient to raise her attraction to a fever pitch. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, my dude.
This right here is where a lot of guys think that you're being a jerk, or you have to be a jerk. No, it's just that you don't have to change. And they're going to try to change you. They're always going to want you to change. You don't have to. And if you do, you're probably going to mess things up. This is all that has been said. Women need to complain. I don't know why. They need to, but they need to. And they like that. So if you take that away from them, yeah, you're going to have problems. Let's let them finish explaining.
Giving up who you are and how you choose to live for a woman will not only mean that you will lose the thing that you surrender, but that you will move in the direction of losing the woman as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before I go any further, if you're liking what you're hearing, please consider sending this episode to someone who might benefit from this message, because it's word of mouth referrals like this that really help to make the channel grow. You can also hit the super thanks button, those three dots in the lower right-hand corner, and tip me in proportion to the value you believe you've received from this episode, because it's your donations that make all of this happen, and I really appreciate your support.
Well, don't donate to me. What's going to happen with donations or not on my channel, but yeah, the likes and subscribes, that's the currency here. So if y'all thinking this is good stuff, send it to somebody else. If y'all think it's good info, hit a like on it. That's all I'm saying, but we're learning some lessons here today, I think, for a lot of guys.
Now, another thing to keep in mind with respect to this issue is that women are complicated. Like all people, they want to get what they want. But on another level, they also don't want to get what they want.
Hope I don't hit an irrigation line.
Well, stop guessing and find the depth.
How does this work? Look, if a woman succeeds in getting what she wants from you too often, whether she's aware of it or not, she's going to start to feel that she is more powerful than you. And that is going to start to make her feel unsafe. Why? Because if a man can't hold the line with her, who really isn't all that big of a threat, how is he going to be able to hold the line with someone else who might legitimately be threatening? A man who can appropriately hold the line against her consumptive love communicates that he is centered in his masculine purpose, that he can tolerate her distress at being disappointed, and that he is more powerful than she is.
You know what's funny about this is it plays down into the fact that I watched the Manosphere for a long time, and I was telling the guys, I'm like, all this displaying of saying, well, men need to be protected from women. But guys have to protect themselves. When you say that shit out loud, it sounds like what he just got done explaining. Like you're afraid of her. So how you gonna help any other real threats? This is why a lot of guys are in the position where they at right now. We don't understand this part right here too. Some of this shit that these guys are displaying to women and saying to women should not be said out loud. Shouldn't be. That's another video. We'll talk about it later, but I just want to put that in there right now. Let's roll.
Which actually allows her to relax into the relationship. This is because women's need to feel safe often leads them to do some pretty counterintuitive things, like shacking up with dangerous bad boys or provoking men to fight with them. Women like to test how much they can get away with, which means that they will sometimes even ask for unreasonable things just to see if you have the spine to turn them down. By disappointing women, you communicate that you are maintaining frame, which means that she can relax into her feminine because she is not driving the ship. And I would highly encourage men to disappoint their women sooner as opposed to later. In a normal, healthy relationship, saying no to a request or not being available or not being interested does not lead to the end of the relationship.
No.
Think about it. If your buddy turns down your invitation to go to the baseball game with you, what's your response? Probably something like, hey, no problem, maybe next time. And then you move on with your life. That is an appropriate response to disappointment. However, it is unfortunately the case that some women, especially more immature women, can do a lot of inappropriate things when disappointed. Things like throw a temper tantrum, or sulk in despondency, or keep score in bitterness, or withdraw affection, etc. And don't you think it would be important to figure out if you're dealing with this type of woman early on in the relationship?
Yeah.
It's better to learn this in the first 5 weeks than in the first 5 months, or, God help you, in the first 5 years.
Yeah, that's
And this is because continuing on in a relationship with such a woman basically means that you'll need to constantly conform to her expectations of reality or suffer the consequences, which ain't worth it. And here's one final thing to keep in mind, men. A lot of you are nervous about disappointing your women because you are afraid that doing so will make her less interested in having a relationship with you. Do me a favor. Think about a time when you've asked a woman for something and she's said no. As a consequence of that rejection, did you like her more or did you like her less? You probably liked her more. To use an extreme example, when your ex broke up with you, you were not suddenly divested of all the positive feelings that you had of her. If anything, her rejection made you want to pursue more and try harder. It increased your attraction because she was fundamentally making herself scarcer to you. Do you see? If rejection and disappointment increase your attraction when a woman does it, it will increase a woman's attraction when you do it. She is not different from you in this respect. Saying no, rejection, disappointment, these things are like spices. Food without spice is bland. Food with too much spice is inedible. There is little nutritional content. So just like we like some spice on our food, we like some spice in our relationships. And disappointment is one such spice, as it tends to increase the attraction of whomever is being disappointed. Whether this should or should not be the case is irrelevant, because that's the way it is.
Yeah.
What do you think? Does this fit with your own experience? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've gotten this far, you might as well like this episode and subscribe to this channel. You may also consider becoming a channel member with perks like priority review of comments or booking a paid consultation. As always, thank you for listening.
Okay, so yeah, if y'all only got this far, y'all may as well like my channel too. So the thing of it is like this is the truth. I mean, if you ever get to the point where you make this woman becomes happy with everything you've done, that relationship is probably going to end. So you have to be able to say no. And you can't worry about, saying what's going to happen. It shouldn't be the end of a relationship. It shouldn't be. Now, if it winds up happening, you're probably dealing with somebody who's manipulative or some kind of narcissist or something like that. But you should be able to say no. And you should say no sometimes. Women just don't work the same way guys do. They just don't. And if they always get what they want from you, I mean, if a woman always gives you what you want, you're more than likely to like her more. But women don't work the same way. If they always get what they want, they tend to not like that. So, you know, I don't really too much agree with the thing when he said about like being rejected, making you want the person more. I'm not that kind of way, but maybe most people are. But I really can see it with women. I really can, because with women, when they want something, they want it really, really bad, and they're willing to do pretty much whatever for it. So I get to him on that one, but you shouldn't try to make women happy, and you got to like pump the brakes on them every now and again. He just got done explaining it in a very scientific way, and I'm explaining it in a layman's way. Like, hey, look, man, you better tell her no sometimes. She doesn't want to hear yes all the time, even though she says that. But if she gets it, you'll lose in the long run. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, all right? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, share. On the way to 650. Y'all can help out there if y'all want to. Don't do the money and all that stuff like that. But this has been Taurus Johnny, y'all, and this is the Go Hard or Go Home channel. And this has been why you should never make a woman happy. We out here on this one. Peace.